Hello everybody, it is Gabrielle here. Today is Wednesday, April 4th, 2018, and this is my Wednesday vlog because, of course, yesterday I wasn't able to record, but I'm doing it today. And before I get started, I just wanted to say I had a great Easter. I haven't celebrated Easter since I was like 20, I believe. At least that's the last memory I have of celebrating Easter. So this Easter I went to Napa with my boyfriend and spent it with his family. We dyed eggs, his mom hid the eggs, and we had to find our eggs, and then we had to find our baskets. So I thought that was really nice that his mom got me a basket, and I got my boyfriend a basket, and he still has yet to give me mine, but that's okay. But yeah, so I had a great Easter. I hope you all had a great Easter. So let's get to the vlog. So obviously I film this stuff on my phone because I have a camera, but I don't have the charger for it, so it's not on. So I have to get the charger, and then hopefully the quality of my videos will be better. But the reason why the last vlog had to be cut short was because I filmed this stuff on my phone in my apartment, and my brother had come into my room in the middle of my vlog, which he didn't know I was filming, but I just don't like any interruptions in my vlog because I can't edit at the moment, so I can't like edit them out. So once that happened, I just decided to cut the vlog and to do two parts. So this is the second part of my last vlog, and what I remember is I was talking about the history of how my anxiety started. And the last thing I remember saying was that my feelings for my boyfriend had changed, and I was freaking out, and I told him, and I said, we're gonna have to break up because I can't be with someone I don't love anymore. And he said, we're gonna talk about this. And so I told him, I'm like, I don't know what is happening. I'm like, I was like, I don't love you anymore. I don't know what's happening. I'm freaking out. And he said, calm down. He's like, it's okay. And we did some breathing exercises, and we talked about things, and I told him like what my concerns were and the things I had problems with and the things that I was afraid of for our future, because our relationship at that point was not what it is now. Our relationship was, we really weren't sharing our feelings. We weren't talking about our feelings. We just weren't at that point in our relationship. And our relationship hadn't evolved. So there were things that I was seeing in our relationship, and then I was looking to like 10, 20 years later, and I was like, how is this going to work? Because one of my concerns was the fact that he is an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. He believes in science, and at that time, I believed in God, and I was spiritual, and I believed in all these things, and I was like, I can't be with someone who doesn't believe in the same things I do. So that was one thing that really but one thing that really freaked me out, and I was like, how can I be with somebody who does not believe in the same thing I do? That's just going to be conflicting when we have children, and when we get married, and when we get in fights. It's just gonna ruin everything. And there were a bunch of other things, like we were so different, and I just didn't think it was gonna work out. Like, I wanted the spiritual guy. I wanted someone who looked at life the same way I did, and we were just so different, and I was focusing on all those differences and looking to the future, and because in my mind I didn't see it working out, I just wanted to destroy our relationship. But aside from that, it also was a feeling that had come over me, and it freaked me the F out, and it was so overwhelming. And the next like week and a half after that happened, we tried really hard to build a great relationship. We started talking more, we started communicating more, and that situation brought us closer as a couple. And I had just gone on my antidepressants, and because they weren't in my system yet, I was having a very bad reaction to them. I was crying, having crying spells, having anxiety attacks, and it was just so overwhelming. My relationship was so overwhelming, and I kept feeling like maybe I got into this relationship too soon. I should have been single for a little bit. I felt like this was destroying our relationship, and I kept asking myself, do I feel this way because these are my feelings, or do I feel this way because of my anxiety? Is my anxiety making me like freak out over something that really can be solved, or is this just a feeling and there's nothing wrong with that? I really did not know, and I was all in my head, and I felt so alone, and I was embarrassed because I've never stopped loving somebody before, and it was so sad for me, and I felt so bad and so guilty. And because he was trying so hard to keep us together, he understood if I just didn't want to say I love you because I didn't feel it. I mean, he was such an amazing support system at that time, and I really wish people knew what kind of person Jacob was for me at that time and the kind of person he is for me now. But during that time when I was going through such a hard time, like my own personal hell, he kept it together and he was there for me. He put me first above himself. If I needed to call him, he was in the middle of class, he would just get up in the middle of class, go outside, and do breathing exercises with me. He would try to help me figure out what my feelings were, and he didn't force me to love him. He didn't force me to have feelings for him. All he could do was hope that those feelings would come back somehow. And he was being there for me as a friend first, because that's what I needed. So, he is a huge goofball, but he is honestly such an intelligent man. And I started to realize that during this time. I started to see who he really was, like the person that I didn't see during our relationship. And I kept telling myself I wish I would have just let the relationship evolve so that I could have saw who he really was as a person, rather than just the first sign of trouble, I just want to end it all. So that started happening, and for a week and a half we tried to work things out, but I was just going crazy and I could not do it anymore. So I broke it off, and we talked about it, and I explained my side. We didn't talk for like a day after. We just let each other have a day to ourselves, and the day after a breakup for me is always the worst, because that's when you realize that the person that you shared so much with is no longer in your life. And it's the worst feeling in the world, because you go from having somebody who you could talk to every single day, having somebody you can see, just having somebody in your life that has your back and is your everything. You wake up the next day and it just feels like you're single. Like, it doesn't, like, I've never had the moment where it hasn't hit me yet. Like, I wake up and it hits me. It hits me hard. Like, it's like the universe is letting me know you are single and you're no longer with this person. So that's what happened. And that day I messaged him and I told him, I'm going crazy. I'm like, everything reminds me of you. I can't do this. It's so hard. And he said that it was hard for him too, and I could tell that he wanted to give me my space and not talk to me because it was too hard. It was just a time in my life that when I think about, I never ever want my life to be like that again. I never want our relationship to be like that again. We've learned so much from that situation and so much about each other that we're stronger as a couple because of it, and we have a really great, strong foundation that I'm proud of. It's not always perfect, and it has been hard lately, but things have been... I don't know how to explain it, like, I don't know, but it's a lot better than it used to be, and I'm proud of the person I am because of that situation. I'm happy that I decided to give our relationship another try and to reevaluate the way that I look at relationships and the way that I look at myself and the way I look at Jacob, because I've realized that we don't have to have everything in common. I feel like the beauty of our relationship is that we are different because we've been able to show each other a different way of life, and we've been able to open each other up to different things. And it's been amazing to see Jacob evolve as a person. We aren't the same people that we were when we first met. My decision to get back together with Jacob was because the feelings of love and all the feelings I felt when I first met him came back so strong, and I wanted to be with him. Like, I could not be without him. Like, I just felt like this is the person I'm supposed to be with. And we're still together, almost 2 years. And that, the rest is history. I still deal with anxiety on a daily basis. I still deal with depression. There are days where I don't want to get out of bed, but lately I have found a routine where I try to keep myself busy and I try to do different things so that I'm not sitting in bed all day and I'm not, and I'm being active in some sort of way. So I'm trying to get myself out of that rut, and there's things I'm trying to work on with myself and things that I'm trying to improve in my daily life and in my relationship, most importantly. So yeah, that's the end of the vlog, and the message I wanted to get out to people was, if you are struggling with anxiety or depression in any way, do not feel ashamed. Do not feel like you're crazy. If you feel something, feel it and don't push it away. Don't do what I did where you question your feelings. If you feel something, accept that that's your feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. And you shouldn't feel guilty because that's a feeling. You can't help how you feel. So you are not crazy. You are not alone. I am always here if anybody wants to talk about anything. I may, now that I think about it, do a vlog where I talk about like natural remedies to dealing with anxiety, like some of the things that my mom suggests to me and some of the things that I sell at the show. I'm doing a show tomorrow. It's at the Calusa Casino, like right across from it, like I think it's the Tribal Community Center or something. I'm doing a show there from 11 to 3. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end this vlog. I will see you next week, and I am posting my vlogs from the last 2 weeks on YouTube. So anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye. Happy Wednesday.